Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Talking Talent. My name is Andrew Fairman, and I am a part of Talent Box Jamaica, as well as Career JA. And tonight we have an awesome program lined up for you. How does success look for 2021? Do you want to be successful for 2021 and even beyond? Tonight, joining me is Tastey Blackman, CEO of 876 Corporate Services, and she will be sharing with us tonight um, how to achieve success for 2021 and beyond. So join us in about 30 seconds as Tasty and I look at setting yourself up for success in 2021. Again, this has been and is Talking Talent. Good evening, Tasty Blackman, and welcome.
Hi, welcome. Thank you, Andrew, and I'm so happy to be here with you this evening. I'm expecting us to be having a really interesting discussion. Thanks.
Awesome, 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 awesome. Really happy to have you. Thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us rather today or tonight regarding setting oneself up for success in 2021, and not just 2021, but even beyond 2021. Last year was a year where all of us, we were all over the place because of this corona pandemic. And it was a breath of fresh air when 2021 stepped in. So, Tastey, again, thank you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who Tastey Blackman is, she is actually the CEO of 876 Corporate Services. She has over 17 years working with clients, local and international, as it relates to corporate training, developing their business strategies, etc. So let me get out of the way. I'm just going to ask Tastey just to tell us a little bit about herself before we delve into our topic tonight. Go ahead, Tastey.
So, I am Tastey Blackman. Good evening, everyone. And I'm really passionate about helping companies to grow, improve the performance of their business, and especially focus on growing their revenue. So I develop growth strategies and I work with companies and clients to execute those strategies to ensure that the companies are poised for long-term success.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much, Tastey. And ladies and gentlemen, as I've mentioned to you earlier, tonight we are talking about setting yourself up for success for 2021 and beyond. And I see a lot of people joining us on Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn. Please let us know who you are. Say hi. And let us know that you are here. I see Shanique is here saying hello. Hello, Shanique. Thank you for joining us over there on LinkedIn. Nice having you. Welcome to the program. So, Tastey, setting yourself up for success is not as easy as it sounds.
It is not.
Tell us. Hi, Joni Gay. Welcome. Thanks for joining. On Facebook over there, and another Facebook user. Thank you very much. Welcome, everybody. Tell us, Tastey, before we kick things off, for someone who is looking to be successful, what would be your first advice to that person, that organization that's looking to be successful this year and beyond?
So, Andrew, I think firstly, you have to become very focused and very clear about what it is that you really want to achieve, and then define that success that you have decided upon. Document it. Write it down and become very deliberate about it. Interestingly, when your goals are aligned to your values, it becomes much easier for you to achieve those goals. So it's a good thing if your goals line up with your characters and your belief system. It is easier to do so. When you do that, then you really need to make sure that you set up some very smart goals. Make sure that your goals are actually specific. You know that you want to get to point A, point B. You want to get a promotion from being a assistant manager to becoming a manager. So you write that goal down. You know exactly and specifically what you're trying to achieve. Then you have to make sure that you set out to have strategies. How am I going to get this done? And here are some of the how am I could be possible to get this done. I am going to go and take a course that will enable me. Or I am going to go and update my social media profile so that I become more attractive to persons who are actually looking to hire someone as a manager. And that's not by chance. It is actually true, because according to the SHRM, it says 84% of hiring managers today actually go to social media sites to discover candidates. And they're not just looking for your professional background, they're also looking to determine who Andrew really is in real life. Who is this person? Is he a match? So you have to be smart about your goals. They need to be attainable. And of course, your goals need to be relevant. You can't be setting out to achieve goals that you don't even have the skill set or they're outside of your target. And finally, you have to set up timelines that you can measure yourself to achieve these goals. So they need to be pretty smart goals that you're setting up for yourself. Get an accountability partner if you're truly committed to these goals for success for 2021. This is somebody who is not going to be a naysayer, but an encourager. Someone who is going to motivate you and get you encouraged just when you feel discouraged to move along your towards your goals. And of course, write down these actions that you want to take. Each day, I would recommend, Andrew, if you really want to achieve these goals, set small tasks, small goals that you can achieve each day, and celebrate those wins, because you need to be motivated along the way and encouraged as you go along the road. 2020 was a tough year. So you need to encourage yourself in 2021 as you achieve small goals towards your big goal. But be very deliberate, have your strategy in hand, and also that you have a social media or branding strategy to become visible and get support from an accountability partner.
Tastey, I could not have said it better. Really great gems you've dropped a few minutes ago. But tell us then, you talked about social media and personal branding. What does personal branding have to do with success?
Andrew, personal branding has everything to do with success. Of course, you know that personal branding is really marketing oneself and presenting yourself or your career to others in a very positive way. And when you do this, you help to establish in other person's mind who you are, what your capabilities are, and why they should be attracted to you. So what you want to do is to make sure that you put yourself in the way that you can be most visible. And in today's world, with a COVID world that we're living in, there's not much opportunity for direct in-person contact. So you want to use social media to represent yourself very well and put your personal brand, which is unique, a unique display of who you are. That will help you to attract companies that are seeking to hire persons. That will help you to attract customers or clients if it is a business that you have. It is a very powerful way of connecting with other persons. Online branding and branding yourself is also very powerful when it gives that compelling message about your interests, so that others who are seeking to connect can see what you're interested in, what are your strengths, and what you represent. So you got to develop a personal brand which is unique, and you have to be deliberate about displaying this personal brand. And today, the best way to display your personal brand is on social media so that others can connect. And talking about connecting with you, persons can actually participate in events like these that are online events. This is a wonderful event that you have prepared, Andrew, and been using as a platform to help us to connect with other persons. I encourage everyone to attend these online events. If you don't even want to attend this particular one, what you can do is host your own online event to attract persons to your space, to yourself, to your brand, so you have an opportunity to showcase your personal brand. Be sure to update your profile on social media. Get to your LinkedIn page. Andrew, I know you're very good at helping persons to put together powerful resumes and powerful LinkedIn page that help them to communicate in a very succinct and positive way what exactly they do, how they do it, and what they're passionate about. So persons, if persons can't even do it themselves, there's just so much help out there in the form of career development personnel like Andrew to assist you in doing so.
Yes.
So that's how I see personal brand connecting with your success, your personal success as an individual or as a company.
Listen, Tastey, I'm loving this conversation. And as you spoke, I thought about those C-suite and those high-level senior managers who believe that social media is not for them. LinkedIn is not for them. They shouldn't be on it. What would you say? What one advice would you give to that cohort that thinks that they are outside of social media?
I would say I'm a living example of what social media can do. I have gotten several professional engagements since I decided to be visible on LinkedIn and be an active user of social media. Social media can pay off big time. Before anyone actually gets a chance these days to contact you in person, one of the first things they're going to do is to check your social media profile. One, they want to see who you are. Two, they want to see how active have you been on social media. And that helped them to form an opinion of you as a professional person long before they get an opportunity to meet you. And guess what, Andrew? We're in the business to grow our business or to grow our careers and our profession. And without connecting with other people and showcasing our brand in social media land today, there is hardly any more better way or a more powerful way to get connected, to show who you are, and to assist others. Because of course, social media and personal branding is not only about what you can get from it, but it's an opportunity for you to give to others, motivate others, support others on their journey. And supporting others can be a powerful magnet for returning good connections and good opportunities to help you to build your brand, your business, and your career. I have done it, and it has been beneficial to me. In fact, Andrew, can we disclose it? This is exactly how I met Andrew Fairman. This man was so visible on LinkedIn and was doing an amazing job. I was compelled to connect with him. In fact, to send him my telephone number to just declare that I'm amazed with the work you're doing. Andrew, you'd have never been in my books if I didn't see you on LinkedIn and connect with you. So we are examples of how LinkedIn works.
Awesome. I'm loving the conversation. And I see a lot of people have tuned in on Facebook, on LinkedIn as well. And there are a few questions. We'll answer your questions later on after the program. But let's continue, Tastey. As we're talking about setting yourself up for success. As I've started out on the program, that it's not as easy as it sounds. There are times when you have conflicting priorities, you're pulling your head here, there, and everywhere. You're really not sure what you want to do, how to do it, because there's so much noise around you. So let's talk about purpose for a few minutes before we even move further. How do you navigate the noise to really find your purpose?
So let me tell you a couple of things that one can do to navigate that noise. The distraction is real. You also have the naysayers, and you also have real challenges that come at you. And sometimes as a person, it's very challenging for you to define that specific pathway. There are a couple of things you can do. one, you can reach out to a career coach or a personal development coach to assist you, to guide you, to give some direction with all this noise around you. Secondly, you can call upon what I call a cohort of people who I say they are my board members unofficially, who advise me and give me directions. So I allow them to listen to my ideas. I share all my ideas, the grand noise around me. And these are persons who I trust, who I respect, and I know that they're my supporters. And I ask them for their support in guiding me. So those are some of the ways that you can get literal assistance to deal with the noise when you're trying to be successful and there's a lot of distraction. But importantly, what one can do for themselves, Andrew, firstly, is to define in your mind what it is that you want to do. Write it down. There's some power in writing down, documenting what it is that you're trying to do. It is a motivator and a reminder that helps to keep you focused, because you definitely want to stay on path and be reminded about what you're supposed to be doing. Once you do that, then you get yourself an accountability partner. If you feel like the noise, the challenges of life are going to come at you, get yourself an accountability partner to be there for you, to help you to keep focus and support you as you navigate this noise. This person could be a colleague. This person could be a boss, your former manager. This person could be a family member. This person could even be your peer, but this person has a certain amount of knowledge and somebody who you respect and trust their opinion to guide you.
Awesome. Awesome. Tastey Blackman, it has been a pleasure having you tonight on Talking Talent. In less than 30 seconds, can you share your final thoughts on success and achieving it for 2021?
Well, success, Andrew, favors those who remain positive, keep a positive attitude in life, have a very attractive personal brand, keep that brand visible so that you can attract others to you and your space. I would say that added to that, be clear on your goals and stay focused. You will definitely be able to get to your goal with an accountability partner or a career coach.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That has been Tastey Blackman, CEO of 876 Corporate Services, on setting yourself up for success in 2021 and beyond. Tastey Blackman, it has been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andrew. It's my pleasure too.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short 30-second break, and then I'll introduce you to
Struggling to find the right candidate?
for tonight.
Need to streamline your recruitment process with a simple and user-friendly platform? Introducing Career JA, Jamaica's newest and most cost-effective way to Struggling to find the right candidate? Need to streamline your recruitment process with a simple and user-friendly platform? Introducing Career JA, Jamaica's newest and most cost-effective way to hire fast and hire smart. As an employer, you can advertise your job, schedule and track interviews, chat with job seekers to build your employee brand, remove the recruitment hassle, and focus on your core business duties by using Career JA today. Career JA, connection made easy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and we have been joined by or with Kimberly Hall of Centerfield Media. Hi, Kimberly. How are we doing tonight?
Hi, Mr. Fairman. I am good. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Awesome, awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a little glitch or technical difficulties, but as we transition to our next um, presenter, she will be sharing with us tonight on high volume recruitment. And if you are a recruiter, if you are a headhunter, if you are in the HR space, then tonight is your night. So let me tell you a little bit about Ms. Hall. Ms. Hall is actually the talent acquisition manager for Centerfield Media, located in Montego Bay, as well as Kingston, Jamaica. And she's been in the space for over 9 years plus. So she has some experience, a lot of experience for that matter. So, Kimberly, talk to us. Tell us, what is high volume recruitment?
Sure, Mr. Fairman. First of all, I must say we appreciate the opportunity and the platform. Uh, in regards to high volume recruiting, anyone who is familiar with the BPO industry would be familiar with this particular term. Now, high volume recruiting refers to hiring a large or high number of employees for similar role within a limited or short time period in an effort to meet business needs. This is usually due to the company experiencing a peak or busy season within its industry, or it could be because the company is expanding their operations. Now, depending on the BPO company or depending on the company that is embarking on high volume recruiting or the client group that requires those headcount, the numbers may vary. For example, a company may usually hire 15 agents monthly within the BPO sector. But when it comes to high volume recruiting and preparing for their peak season, they will then need to ensure they have enough agents, for instance, to handle the forecasted calls or the forecasted service that they need to deliver to their customers, for instance, for a holiday period. For that reason, they may end up hiring not the usual 15 agents monthly, but they will end up hiring, say, for instance, 100 agents monthly for a time period, whether it is for 3 months, 4 months, or 5 months.
Great. Awesome. So just to dissect a little bit, given what has happened to the BPO space in terms of COVID-19,
Right.
are clients still hiring?
You would be surprised, definitely. I definitely think that the BPO industry is that industry that continued operations throughout the pandemic. I think a lot of individuals observe that. And I say that because we have been experiencing a lot of applicants from various industries, seeing that, for instance, the hotel industry was put on
Yeah.
pause for a while. Nothing was going on for those individuals, so to speak, in terms of employment. So they decided to seek employment in other industries. So we did experience that. So the BPO industry was definitely that industry that continuously seek to employ individuals based on clients' needs. And I think the main reason for that is when you think of business process outsourcing, our clients are international. It is not just necessarily clients who are within the Jamaican region, so to speak, or the Caribbean region, as well as activities still progressed during the pandemic. Individuals were still purchasing items. Individuals were still utilizing certain services and products. Hence, the need was there to have BPO operations continuing during the pandemic.
Awesome. Great, great. Because I get a lot of inquiries all the time. Is this company hiring? Is that company hiring? So it's great and refreshing to know
Right.
that they are in fact still hiring. Can you talk to us then a little bit about the challenges of high volume recruiting?
Sure. So when it comes to high volume recruitment, there are a few challenges that definitely comes with it, and I'm just going to touch base on a few of those, or I would say the main ones. The first one would be the limited time you get to actually identify and hire those individuals. Because you need a higher volume of hires, you do not get that opportunity to stretch the recruitment process. In essence, you have to ensure that the different stages of the recruitment process is completed within a shorter time. So that limited time definitely definitely put a strain on different aspects or different stages in the recruitment process. For instance, the pre-employment process, the document submission from the candidates, the reference checks, the background checks, or even drug tests, depending on the company or the client we're hiring for. So that limited time presents a challenge. And it presents a challenge because that can result in ambiguity, not only for the candidate or the new hire, but also for the company, because then we can experience attrition if we're not careful in hiring, seeing that individuals will join the company because they want to get the job quickly, but they didn't necessarily consider certain factors, even though they might have told the company, yes, we're flexible. Yes, we are interested in this. And they can come to the interview and sell themselves quite well. But in actually working with the company, we will see certain shortfalls within those candidates' abilities, unfortunately. So the limited time to fill the roles definitely is one of the major challenges of high volume recruiting. Another aspect as it relates to a challenge for high volume recruiting is the quality of the candidates at some points can go down. And being in the BPO industry, we have to be careful with that. And for that reason, we have to keep abreast of what's going on with our competitors, for instance. Because if you're keeping abreast, you will have an idea of when your competitors are hiring. Are they actually embarking on high volume recruiting as well? Because if that is the case, then you will see that the candidate pool, they will be tapping into that same candidate pool as you're tapping into. Unfortunately, the BPO sector tends to tap into the same pool. It is even a little bit more difficult for us, and we have to be more innovative and creative as it relates to Centerfield, because we're a sales environment. Even though this is not a hardcore sales environment, so to speak, we do need individuals with that sales capability and background. So the candidate quality can go down after a while, because if you're hiring 100, for instance, employees on a monthly basis for 3 or 4 months, at some point, you're going to be tapping into all those good candidates. And then you're going to be left with those candidates that really require some work if we should hire them. So for that reason, it presents a challenge for BPO companies when it comes to high volume recruiting. Another issue can be our competition. As I mentioned initially, if they're also hiring, it can be difficult for us, because with the competition also hiring, then you will find that candidates realize they have other opportunities. And with these other opportunities, they will then jump from company to company. And that is something that will affect our attrition. You know, not everyone is interested in actually trying to stay with a company to actually reap the benefits or rewards of being with that company. Some individuals look, for instance, at base pay only, not looking at other factors and so forth. So that will present an issue for us as it relates to high volume recruitment. And during high volume recruitment, I must say, we have to look at the full recruitment cycle and try to ensure that we make it as compact as we can, because we cannot necessarily take the same time we would take normally when we're not doing that high volume recruitment. Make it compact, but ensure that we are not in any way jeopardizing the quality of candidates or the quality of the process.
Great. You speak like a true talent acquisition manager. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to and watching Talking Talent, put on by Talent Box Jamaica and Career JA. You can catch us live across all major social media platforms such as LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. If you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so at Talent Box Jamaica. Okay. And we've been talking to Kimberly Hall, Talent Acquisition Manager of Centerfield Media. Let's take a 30-second commercial break, and then we come back to wrap things up with Kimberly Hall.
Struggling to find the right candidate? Need to streamline your recruitment process with a simple and user-friendly platform? Introducing Career JA, Jamaica's newest and most cost-effective way to hire fast and hire smart. As an employer, you can advertise your jobs, schedule and track interviews, chat with job seekers to build your employee brand, remove the recruitment hassle, and focus on your core business futures by using Career JA today. Career JA, connection made easy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure if that commercial break, um, if you heard or saw anything. This is episode 1. So please go ahead and leave us your comments, leave us your feedback regarding the program. Earlier on, we spoke with Tastey Blackman, CEO of 876 Corporate Services, on setting yourself up for success in 2021 and beyond. And we're now joined by Kimberly Hall, Talent Acquisition Manager of Centerfield Media. I know that there are a lot of HR practitioners joining us, Kimberly,
Yes, I'm
as well
sure.
as job seekers. Yes, as well as job seekers joining us as well. I see a lot of them on LinkedIn, and I see a lot of them on Facebook. What's one tip that you can give for job seekers who are currently seeking an opportunity?
One tip I would give to job seekers, Mr. Fairman, would be ensure that you're not limiting the opportunities out there. In other words, I think a lot of job seekers are not familiar with the sourcing channels that a lot of companies utilize. For that reason, you might find job seekers only applying, for instance, on Caribbean jobs. It is important that job seekers are applying to different sourcing channels. For instance, career websites. You mentioned LinkedIn. That is perfect. You need to ensure that you have a profile on LinkedIn. You need to ensure you're tapping into the social media platforms as well, because you want to increase the opportunities that is actually there. There are other avenues you can tap into. If you recently graduated, tap into your career advancement program, or tap into your guidance counselors, for instance, assisting you with a job placement. Always be a part of business events that are happening. Ensure that you are actually networking. It is so important for you to network. And network does not mean only interacting with people within your crowd. Get to know individuals who are for a certain profession. If you're interested in a certain profession, liaise with those individuals, get to know them, seek out opportunities within that industry from those professionals, because networking will play a huge part in how you will actually land that job. So it is very important. And the good thing about networking is a lot of BPOs utilize employer referral programs. And if you are familiar with an employee that is within a BPO company and you network with that employee, you are increasing your chances of your resume or your interest in working with that BPO company being told to the recruitment department. And that is one of the sourcing channels that BPOs utilize immensely when it comes to high volume recruiting.
Awesome, awesome. So finally, Kimberly, talk to us or share a tip or two as relates to high volume recruitment or recruiting. I know we have recruiting practitioners from the BPO space joining us tonight as well. So what tip or tips do you have as it relates to that?
I would say, first of all, you need to plan. When it comes to high volume recruiting, you cannot approach it as you would filling 5 positions for the month. It is totally different. So you need to have an idea of what the forecasted staffing is like for the next 3 months during your recruitment peak season, for instance. If you have an idea of what that is, you then need to map out a plan of how you're going to approach. Ensure you understand your full recruitment cycle, which includes the different stages stages, what is required at each stage, including the resources, the challenges you might experience. And if you did high volume recruiting the year before, ensure you're looking at your lessons learned. If there were challenges that you experienced the year before, ensure that you're now coming up with more innovative and creative ways to basically eliminate or reduce those challenges, for this particular year. So I would say always plan, map out how you're going to approach the high volume recruiting period that your recruitment department might be experiencing, and ensure that you're paying attention to the challenges. And as you go along, ensure that you are tapping into certain solutions for the challenges. Another aspect or another point I would actually point out to the practitioners in our field is you need to maximize, just as I told job seekers, on sourcing and networking channels when it comes to high volume recruiting. And I tell you that because a lot of BPO companies may, for instance, utilize certain channels during the year, maybe once a month for maybe 3-month period, and they don't tap into them again. For instance, educational institutions. A lot of BPOs might tap into educational institutions when they know it's graduation season, right? Because they know now we have some fresh job seekers. But if you are in the field, you know it is imperative that all sourcing channels and networking needs to be continuous and consistent, because you can never tell what might happen when it is time for you to embark on a high volume recruiting. And as a matter of fact, considering it is such a competitive industry, when you're going through high volume recruiting, those companies or those educational institutions, those community groups, and those social media platforms that you are vibrant on during the course of the year, they're looking to you as first choice, because now they're going to be more familiar with your company, your culture, your core values, what you have to offer. And now they have that intimate knowledge, and they're going to choose you over that BPO who might have only utilized that particular channel maybe once for the year. So be consistent when it comes to sourcing and networking, and really be a part of those sources in terms of their mission as well. If it is a community group, actually be a part of the initiatives that they carry out during the year. Be known by the community leaders, be known by the community individuals who may be seeking jobs. You teach them, you help them to understand what the work environment is like and what to expect.
Awesome. Listen, I've learned so much listening to you tonight, Kimberly Hall. I see that Tastey Blackman is still here with us, so I'm just going to bring her back on stage, and we will just do a quick wrap up, just in case any of my viewers have something to ask. Welcome back, Tastey Blackman.
Thank you.
You know, you're very welcome. As I listened earlier to your topic as it relates to setting yourself up for success, you know, I thought of bringing you back and ensuring that the listeners, or viewers rather, if they have any questions, they can ask that now. I also have Miss Hall here. If any of you have any questions in terms of going into the BPO, specifically Centerfield. In fact, is Centerfield hiring?
I'm glad you asked that question, Mr. Fairman. Yes, we are actually hiring. As a matter of fact, we're currently embarking on our high volume recruiting. So we're expanding as we do have a new building coming up in Kingston, and we're also expanding in Montego Bay. So for that reason, we're definitely hiring. We do urge individuals to check out not only Caribbean Jobs, but LinkedIn on our company website, which is centerfield.com Jamaica, and our social media platforms, which we will be reigniting in the coming weeks. Reigniting in the sense that we will be posting our vacancies, more content, and sharing more details on our company operations overall. Plus, we are coming on WhatsApp soon, so look out for us.
Awesome. This is great information. Tastey, for those team viewers who came on late and didn't hear the gems that you dropped earlier on, remind them of one tip that they must do in order to set themselves up for success for 2021 and beyond?
Well, that would be defining your goals. Be very clear about what you really want to achieve. And having set yourself these goals, it is very important that you remain positive, establish your brand on social media, become visible. That's where recruiters like Kimberly will be looking first to see who you are professionally and whether your chemistry and your ways will be able to be a good fit for your organization. So definitely set your goals, get your social media profile up, set up your personal branding, which is a unique representation of yourself. Be authentic, be who you are, represent truly what you are made of, and what makes you unique and different, and put yourself out, connect with others on social media, expand your network. I think I heard Kimberly emphasize that a while ago.
Yeah.
Now it's COVID time. Networking continues on social media, in forums like these, and just doing your individual connection, putting out your own posts, your own messages, and connecting with others. I think that's more than one tip. I went overboard there, Andrew. I'm so sorry.
Now, listen, we were just basking in the knowledge. Ladies, we thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for taking your time to really share with us and share with the listeners and the viewers as we set ourselves up for success, as well as for those recruiters, Kimberly, who really want to get this high volume recruitment or recruiting correct. Thank you for sharing those insights as well. And we will be in touch. Thank you very much, ladies. Have a good one.
Thank you too.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Talking Talent with Talent Box Jamaica and Career JA. Catch us every Wednesday at 6:30 right here on all social media platforms. If you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go ahead and do that. You can search us on YouTube at Talent Box Jamaica, on Twitter, Instagram, as well as LinkedIn at Talent Box Jamaica or Career JA. Enjoy.
Struggling to find the right candidate? Need to streamline your recruitment process with a simple and user-friendly platform? Introducing Career JA, Jamaica's newest and most cost-effective way to hire fast and hire smart. As an employer, you can advertise your job, schedule and track interviews, chat with job seekers to build your employee brand, remove the recruitment hassle, and focus on your core business duties by using Career JA today. Career JA, connection made easy.